Right now, most people use AI the same way they use a search box. You open a tab, you type a question, you read the answer, and then you copy it somewhere yourself by hand. That is fine and it is genuinely useful, but it is also the most basic thing AI can do. The real shift happens when AI stops living inside a browser tab and starts living on your own computer, where it can open your actual files, do the work, and hand it back to you finished. Today, I want to show you 5 concrete things AI can do once it has access to your real machine, and I'm going to be honest the whole way through about where it still gets stuck. None of these are clever tricks or far-off promises. They are ordinary jobs you already do every week, the kind of small admin that quietly eats your evenings. The only thing that changes is who does the boring middle part. Level 0 versus Level 1. Let me give you the two levels first, because the rest only makes sense once you see them. Level 0 is chat. You ask, it talks, and you do all the doing. The AI never touches your files. It cannot see the folder full of photos sitting on your desktop. It cannot open the report you saved last week, and it cannot save anything back for you. You are the bridge between the answer and the actual work. Level 1 is a different thing entirely. At level 1, the AI runs on your computer with your permission to read and write your real files. You point it at a folder or a document, you tell it what you want, and it comes back with finished work that you can check. Same model underneath, completely different experience on top. Most people have never seen level 1, and once you do, level 0 starts to feel like reading a recipe out loud instead of actually eating the meal. Thing 1, tidy your files. First thing, it can organize and rename a messy folder. We all have that one folder. Screenshots called Image 1, Image 2, Image 3. A downloads folder with names like Final, then Final 2, then Final actually this time. Receipts mixed in with holiday photos and random installers. At level 1 you can say, look through this folder, group the files by type, rename them so I can tell what each one is, and move the receipts into their own subfolder. It will read the files, work out what they are, and do the renaming and sorting for you while you watch. If something looks wrong, you stop it. The honest limit here is that it works on what it can actually understand. It is good with documents, images, and obvious patterns. It is not magic, so for a folder of thousands of strangely named files, you still want to spot check its work before you trust it completely. The trick is to start small. Point it at one folder you already half know, see how it sorts things, and adjust your instructions. Once you trust how it thinks, you let it loose on the bigger mess. 10 minutes of that, and a folder you have been ignoring for a year is suddenly something you can actually find things in. Thing 2, notes to document. Second thing, it can turn rough notes into a finished document. Most of us write in fragments, bullet points scribbled during a meeting, half sentences, a voice note we typed out badly on the train. The job nobody enjoys is turning that mess into something clean that other people can read. At level 1, you hand it your notes file and say, turn this into a one-page summary for my team. Keep all my points, fix the structure, and keep my tone of voice. It reads your actual file and writes a proper draft straight back into a new document on your computer. You are not copying and pasting between a browser and your editor anymore. The work lands exactly where you keep your work. The honest part is that it writes a strong first draft, not a final one. You still read it, you still own it, and you still fix the one line that does not quite sound like you. Thing 3, key points. Third thing, it can read a long PDF or even a whole folder and give you the key points. This is the one people feel almost immediately. You have a 40-page document you do not have time to read, or a folder of 10 reports you are somehow supposed to summarize by tomorrow. At level 1, you point it at the file or the folder and say, give me the 5 things that matter most and tell me which page each one came from. Because it can open the actual files, it can pull the details out and show you exactly where it found them, so you can check it instead of trusting it blindly. The honest limit, and this one really matters, is that AI can still get things wrong or quietly miss something. So treat it like a sharp assistant who did the reading for you, not like a final authority. For anything important, you go and verify the parts you are actually going to act on. But here is why this still saves you so much time. Even if you check every key point it gives you, checking is far faster than reading 40 pages cold. It did the heavy lifting of finding the needles, and you just confirm they are real. That is the right division of labor, and it is one you can lean on most days. Thing 4, run a project. Fourth thing, and this is where it stops feeling like a tool and starts feeling like real help. It can run a small personal project from start to finish, not just answer one question. Say you want to plan a weekend trip. At level 0, you would ask one thing, get an answer, ask the next thing, get another answer, and then stitch the whole lot together yourself. At level 1, you say, here is my rough idea, here are my dates, build me a simple plan, put it in a document, and make me a checklist of what to book. It works through the steps, does several things in a row, and hands you a finished result you can edit. It is doing a sequence of work, not giving you a single reply and stopping. The honest part is that you still steer. You check in, you correct it when it drifts, and you make the final calls. But the gap between one answer and a finished small project is genuinely enormous. Think about the last small thing you kept putting off because it had too many little steps. Sorting out a budget, drafting a simple plan, putting together a list from a few different places. The reason it sat there was rarely the thinking, it was the fiddly bits in the middle. When the AI carries those bits and you just guide the direction, the thing that used to take a whole evening becomes a short back and forth. Thing 5, make a skill. Fifth thing, it can make a simple reusable skill that you trigger again later. This is the one that quietly surprises people. Once you have shown the AI how you like a certain job done, say turning your weekly notes into a tidy update in your own format, you can save that as a small reusable instruction. A skill, basically. Next week, you do not explain the whole thing again from scratch. You trigger the skill, point it at this week's notes, and it does the job the way you already taught it. Over a few weeks, you build up a little set of these for the boring jobs you keep repeating. The honest framing is that this is not some complicated programming exercise. It is much closer to writing down how you want something done once, clearly, so that you never have to explain it from the beginning ever again. So what ties this together? So that is the 5. Tidy a messy folder. Turn rough notes into a finished document. Pull the key points out of a long PDF or a folder. Run a small project end to end, and save a reusable skill for the jobs you repeat. Notice the single thread running through all of them. Level 1 is just AI working on your real files and handing back finished work, instead of only talking to you inside a tab. The reason this feels like such a jump is that the boring middle part, the copying, the formatting, the sorting, the stitching together, is exactly the part that used to eat your evening. When the AI can touch your files directly, that middle part mostly disappears, and you are left doing the thinking and the checking, which is the part you are actually good at. Be honest about the limits. Now let me say the honest part one more time, because it matters more than any of the cool stuff. None of this replaces your judgment. It gets things wrong sometimes, confidently. You are the one who gives it permission, you are the one who watches what it does, and you are the one who checks the work before you rely on it. Treat it like a capable junior who is fast and willing but still new to your world. You would not let a brand new hire send something out without a glance, and this is the same. Used that way, with a bit of supervision, it genuinely saves you hours every week. Used carelessly, it makes confident mistakes faster than you can catch them. The choice there is yours, and that is honestly the right way round. The good habit to build is simple. Give it small, clear jobs. Keep the work where you can see it, and keep yourself as the last set of eyes on anything that goes out the door. Do that, and the limits stop being a problem and just become the normal way you work with it. Where to start? If that sounds like something you want running on your own computer, the good news is the setup is easier than most people expect, and you really do not need to be technical to do it. We put together a free step-by-step course that takes you from level 0 to level 1. It walks you through installing Claude on your machine, setting up a tool called Walk so the AI can work with your files safely, running your first real project on your own documents, and making your first simple skill. No jargon, just the actual steps in order. To get it, head to aifirstasia.com/level1. And if you want more of this kind of thing, subscribe for practical AI workflows for SME owners. I keep them honest and concrete, same as this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.